to reach Spider-Man Crawlspace Edition. Check us out at spidermancrawlspace.com. Well, everybody, of course, I am here to review the first book of August with Amazing Spider-Man number 9 by Joe Kelly and Michael Dowling, as we find out what happened to Peter after the main battle with Hellgate. Actually, no, we're just kidding. We're actually skipping right ahead to the aftermath of the battle with Hellgate. Actually, we have to wait until issue 10 to actually find out what happened. So, how did this issue do as we all of a sudden got the rug pulled out from under us? And that's, of course, the post battle with Hellgate. Let's get into the pros. So, number one is there is a wonderfully job done with actually Peter's daily life in this issue. We actually get to see Rand Corp with a little talk about actually what's going on in the company, the experiments, what they're working on, how Peter's even talking about everything. It's actually very nice how this works into it. And it's really nice to do. There's also wonderful talk between Randy and Shay in the issue, and I'll get back to that in a minute. And of course, what's going on with May and Ricardo. There's actually some nice time with seeing the supporting cast doing something. Yes, Peter is revolving around a lot of the conversation here, but we see them doing something. Also, there's another nice, usually piece here on the flashback. You're actually seeing Peter out and about, and of course, hiding under the clothes racks of sale stores. Which, if you're Gen X or millennials, we all done it. In fact, my own son's done that himself, him too, being a early Gen Alpha. But it is kind of a nice little thing. Joe Kelly has really sunk into these flashbacks quite a bit between the younger Peter and May Parker and Ben Parker. And this one is more looks like around the age of 10 years old or something, Peter. It's actually a fun little flashback, and I really do like it. Dowling does a really nice job. He really does a real thing. We also get to find out what's been going on with organized crime. Yeah, the Shocker shows up. Yes, it's a costume redesign. It's okay, but it's actually interesting to see what's been going on here right now with the back end of the organized crime part with Tombstone, what's actually been going on with Shocker and the Shock crew and some other members. It's kind of nice to finally see a little bit of that detail street level here. It's nice to see, but that's really where the pros end of this issue. This issue just kind of feels confusing. It kicks off with Peter with his boot on, a half a crutch and everything else, seeing the Shocker and basically, hey, what's going on? Just leave me alone. Don't care. What? And then we, of course, get the little part where Norman Osborn even says, Peter, are you okay? You haven't seen the been really quick after that battle with Hellgate the other day. And he actually not only brushes off Norman, but acts like they've not been working together, which is, of course, showing the area that this probably is not Peter Parker. It's most likely Ben Riley, even though it's not really a real issue, but the evidence is all there. Also, as I said, there were some great things with the supporting cast. It was nice talking about May Parker's friend here, Ricardo, but the fact that he kind of really jumps into her, trying to judge Peter is a little kind of heavy handed, like, oh, how do you know? And he wasn't on drugs. And then she's like, you don't realize what he's been through, what his life is like right now. It's not very easy. He's just getting himself back on his feet. So please don't judge my nephew when he was a little kooky over something that was publicly shown that he was affected, which is true. They came out publicly saying about the drug cola and everything and how it was affected. And here Ricardo's judging Peter like, oh, I don't care what I saw. It wasn't true. Also, the fact we see Captain, who was, of course, the Captain America wannabe Greek version that was which was we got introduced last issue. And now here they're like, oh, yeah, they're just fighting the Shocker. They're good, kid. Huh? All of a sudden, the city is like, oh, yeah, they're a good superhero. We don't even know who this is. This person showed up last year. And of course, we've seen them right here, too. I mean, different artists and everything, but it's kind of throwing us off that this is just a guy doing the good fight, but we don't know anything about him. It's like Kelly is dropped us in the middle of a storyline, put us in a mystery of what's going on and questioning everything and expecting us to do it. It's too confusing. It's like they skipped an entire issue and just kind of dropped us in the middle of everything else too. And we get more too, especially the biggest red herring that this isn't Peter Parker when Mary Jane shows up saying, hey, you know what? I'm the new Venom. We've been bonding. We really could use your help. And he basically says, well, you deserve each other. Sucks to be you. That's not Peter. They're probably trying to say that maybe Mary Jane's seen this after what's happened to her. And spoilers over in an all-new Venom number 9, she finally broke up with Paul, basically saying, why are we even together? And the fact is, here we get this little piece here. It doesn't make sense and also throws a couple things, especially when Peter was talking about science different and the woman in there said, hey, talk to me in 15 months. Basically a cohesion of, oh, I can't go out tomorrow. I'm washing my hair. It's like, okay, it's very lame. And then the fact the way Shay and Randy are talking about a couple of things too, about saying there's people in crisis and Peter seems to be in it. They know he's injured, but we don't really know what happened, what story was, or the fact that Peter is injured is, because even Norman Osborn's kind of confused why he's so issued. And of course, there's even some more too when Peter's on the subway and he's got his his AirPod and he's listening to J. Jonah Jameson's podcast, kind of getting updated on things. It's throwing more clues that this isn't Peter, that it's most likely Ben Reilly, especially when we get to the final page and Spider-Man shows up, healed, ready to go, and he's got his web shooters on the outside and he's got ankle bracelets. Yeah, folks, I think we're pretty sure that this is not Peter Parker. This is most likely Ben Reilly being Spider Man again for the third time, and we don't know what happened to Peter. It's like we've been dropped in the middle of the mystery when we don't even know what the mystery is. And the fact is, oh, people have been spoiled that we're going to separate the issues and Peter Parker is going to be in space and Ben Reilly is going to be on Earth. But we're not going to explain that till next issue until we get to 975 exactly how everything happened. It's like it doesn't work. The artwork is nice, and it's nice to see the supporting cast here, and it's also kind of good to see Shocker, even though I'm not a big fan of the costume change either, but it's also finding out what's going on. It's a storyline that's trying to give us a mystery with not explaining not only anything, but expecting the audience to just say, oh, there must be something up, which we all know is something up. Oh, yeah, you read the spoilers. You know Peter's going to be in space, and it's going to be Ben Reilly on Earth. It's too confusing, and it hurts it. It's not absolute dismal issue, but half the time we don't know what's going on. But it's a mystery. It's trying to be a mystery when people don't know it's supposed to be a mystery, and we're missing a big page out of this. So I'm going to give this issue a C. Artwork is very good. I really like what they did with the supporting cast members and a couple other things. But everything, once again, Joe Kelly is relying too much on flashbacks, which he seems to be obsessed with. The fact that, May Parker explains why Peter has been the way he is, and her friend isn't buying it and doesn't believe it. It's kind of like, okay. And the fact that Shay seems to be out, or the fact that he basically is this is an example of trying to keep Mary Jane and Peter apart by basically saying, oh, Peter rejected Mary Jane. But even she's questioning, like, that doesn't sound like Peter. It's trying too hard to basically say this is not Peter out without absolutely saying like, no, it's not really Peter. We got you. Yeah, I'll give it a C. I'm not going to give it a 2 grade, but it's a very confusing issue that feels like we've just been dropped in the middle of a storyline without finding out how it began or where it's going. So that's where I'm going with that. And that's all I have to say, everybody. If you really like the reviews and stuff, definitely think of liking and subscribing to the channel. I do my best here. Of course, we got our Rogues reviews coming up pretty soon, and some other things in the back burner I'll be doing this fall as I get a little bit more into my school schedule and everything else too. And I like to thank everybody who is, especially all 400 subscribers to the channel. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing, helping the algorithm and stuff, and checking out everything else. Of course, on the SpidermanCrawlspace.com, where you can check us on our websites and our various social medias for the latest news, reviews, and more. And of course, checking out our monthly podcasts and interviews. So thank you so much, everybody, for your support. And I hope everybody has a great day. And I'll see you later on the Crawl Space.